Welcome to part 3 of our impressions on MacBook Pro 2016. In this segment, we're going to look at the connection phone with Thunderbolt 3 ports, contemplate a different internal storage paradigm, and consider alternate computing buying options. I think the angst about replacing all the ports with just Thunderbolt 3 ports overshadows the fact that these ports are super fast, powerful, and provide a lot of connectivity options. But let's not make the mistake of being dismissive of that angst, because there's a legitimate reason for it to exist. That's because right now, no matter what you connect to this thing, you're almost always going to need a dock, a dongle, or some type of adapter to make the connection. Connecting HDMI? That's a $50 adapter. Connecting Thunderbolt 1 or 2? $30 adapter each. Connecting DisplayPort? There's another $30 per display. Got a few USB devices? $10 each. So the mess of adapters and dongles can cause serious annoyance, and quite frankly, it feels kind of like a bleeding edge new tech tax. But you have the power of docks, which for many of you might be the saving grace until USB-C and Thunderbolt 3 connections kind of become mainstream. OWC's USB-C dock provides 4 USB 3.0 ports, an SD card reader, and a USB-C port, HDMI, and Ethernet. Going the separate adapter and cable route could cost you around $100 and may require more ports than your new MacBook Pro would provide. The OWC USB-C dock only uses one port and has pass-through, so that one port is technically still open for business even when the dock is connected. Or grab an OWC Thunderbolt 3 dock for more connectivity and speed options and Thunderbolt 3 pass-through. Whether you go the adapter route, the dock route, or both, you're going to need one of those options if you're going to rock a 2016 MacBook Pro. The good news is, you got options. Alright, let's discuss a new approach to consider when talking about internal storage. I've long thought that the internal storage paradigm was going to change, and that was back in the Thunderbolt 1 days. Before then, the most common external interfaces built into computers, such as FireWire 800 and USB 2, couldn't go as fast as the drive, and the interfaces were the bottleneck. If you needed real working storage connectivity that went as fast as the drive, it had to be an internal drive, or some harder to implement, less common external interface. When Thunderbolt 1 arrived on the scene, it had more speed than practically any single drive could deliver, with room to spare, and it was extremely convenient being built into the computer. What I thought back then is that the future would eventually be external storage. I still don't know why Apple even bothers with an internal drive in the iMac. It could simply provide an external Thunderbolt drive and remove the drive from the computer altogether. It certainly would make drive maintenance and upgrades easier, and it would greatly simplify the internal needs of the iMac as well. While it hasn't quite worked that way, anyone can totally set up an iMac this way. In fact, video pros often work this way, as their computers are usually just used for apps, OS, and light data, with their critical video media being on easy-to-manage external storage, racks, or whatever fits their production needs. What I'm getting at regarding internal storage is we might want to think in a different paradigm. Maybe we just need the internal storage only for apps, the OS, and a few project files, and then we offload everything else to external storage. For those of you considering that you need like a 1 terabyte internal drive, do you really need that? Or could you simply add a more affordable external drive that's easy to connect and expand as needed? So if you think that way, does it change your mindset on what you need to upgrade when you buy a new MacBook Pro 2016? Better yet, does the external paradigm actually work better for you and save you money? So before spending $600 or $1,200 on an internal SSD upgrade, maybe think or do some research on what you can get externally for that. You might be able to get a massively fast single drive or a multi-drive external for the same price. All that, and could be easier to manage. And while we're talking about spending money, let's consider one more thing before we close up shop on this series. A new top-end 15-inch MacBook Pro with 1 terabyte SSD runs $3199. And that's before you add a desktop display, keyboard, mouse, and so on if you want to run desktop mode, which most pros will likely do. So let's just say that's $4,000 for all that fun in the sun. I have one more alternate idea for all those considering spending all that dough on a MacBook Pro, and that's multiple Macs. Yep, that $4,000 price tag begs the question, what exactly do you need for portable use? And since you're likely going to use the laptop for desktop duty, why not look into the options of using a MacBook Pro that's a little bit more affordable for portable use, and an iMac 5K as your desktop powerhouse? A nice 5K iMac has a more powerful CPU, a more powerful GPU, has a user upgradable memory up to 64 gig, already comes with a gorgeously gigantic 5K display, more storage, and right now has all the ports people like. So let's compare. 15-inch MacBook Pro with 16 gig memory and 1 terabyte SSD, a nice display, mouse, and a keyboard, and we're easily at $4,000. As an alternate, you could get a 5K iMac with 24 gig memory upgrade for $2133.99. Then grab whichever 13-inch MacBook Pro meets your portable needs, and we'll just call that the mid-level 13-inch upgrade to 16 gig of memory for $19.99. And now you have two computers both able to render, perform multiple tasks at the same time, all for the price of a 15-inch MacBook Pro. The iMac is faster and the smaller laptop is more portable. So if this scenario works for you, you're actually optimizing the efficiency of your portable versus desktop workflow needs. I'm just saying, for $4,000, you got some options. So to wrap this all up, are the 2016 MacBook Pros a terrible machine warranting all the hysterics, or are they a great, capable, super fast machine warranting all the great sales that Apple's getting? Perhaps it's a little bit of both, but hopefully we've armed you with enough information and different ways to consider your upgrade options for these machines to determine whether these machines are right for you. Now, you don't have to buy any of these machines, but you might want to. So whatever you choose for your computing nirvana out there, just remember, have fun.